and there's a place here waiting for you. For your business, yeah, we're on the Lord's time, sharing His love and His light.
The first person I kind of wanted to highlight and talk about, I don't know, are you guys familiar with Brown versus Board of Education?
Most definitely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So foundational Supreme Court case, you know, this helped reverse the Plessy versus Ferguson Supreme Court case where separate was equal. That was the belief for like 60 years leading up to until Brown. And the cool thing about the Brown versus Board of Education is that it helps integrate schools. And there's a story. The crazy thing about the story is that it's totally misrepresented. It's totally recorded wrong. A lot of the things they put in there in the history books that I've read growing up, it's not the full story. And the reason I know is because it's my family. My grandmother is Linda Brown, and Oliver Brown that the story is focused on is my great grandfather. And so I've been able to hear firsthand of the true story from the people's lips who are actually there and who actually lived it. And so the story actually goes like this. So everyone in the story, everyone thinks that like Oliver Brown took his daughter and walked straight into the all-white school and said, enroll my daughter. And if not, I'm going to sue y'all. And they made him look like this Superman hero and everything. And though it was courageous for him to do that, there was a lot more backstory to that. So there was a lot of other NAACP was trying to do this for years. They tried to do it in North Carolina, Virginia, and there was like, I think 12 other cases they tried to do, but it didn't go anywhere in the lower courts. And so the cool thing about this is that they were looking around at other schools and other places. The main one obviously is where in Topeka, Kansas, and this is where they were able to recruit 13 plaintiffs, including my grandmother and my great grandfather. They wanted the parents, these black parents, to take their kids and try to enroll them in all white school. They obviously knew they weren't going to be able to be enrolled just because they're black and it was segregation at that time. But the crazy thing about it is that they wanted that to kind of provoke and give a reason so they can be able to sue the Topeka Board education system. And by them doing that, they're able to create this case. And so one of the reasons why is because my grandmother, she lived, like 4 blocks away from the all-white school. Mm-hmm. And instead of just being able to walk directly to the school, she had to walk, I think, about a mile and a half and then go across a switch yard of train tracks, right? And then wait at a bus stop for like an hour to 45 minutes, like 6 o'clock in the morning. And it's like rain, sleet, snow, cold, freezing. You're not wearing pants. So you got a skirt on and you're waiting there and then get bused all the way to the other side of school. Right. And so obviously this isn't wrong. This isn't right. You could just go to a school that's right down the street from you. And obviously these were things that were happening with other children in the area as well. And obviously they didn't think that was right. And so they were able to take this to the Supreme Court. And Thurgood Marshall was a lawyer at the time. Everyone knows who that guy is. Sure. He spoke on behalf of them and pretty much fought against that. And it took it all the way up to the Supreme Court. And it became I would say like the foundation for all the other civil rights things that happened. It was like a platform, like a trampoline for everyone else. It inspired Rosa Parks. She talked about it. She's like, okay, we're able to integrate schools now. Separate but equal is not equal at all. And then also inspired another guy we all know about, Martin Luther King. Right. And he spoke about Brown versus Board as being that foundational win for them to be able to integrate transportation and then eventually everything else and why we're sitting here today. So a fun, cool story that a lot of people don't really realize has a foundational effect and domino effect on the rest of the civil rights period. And so that's kind of my little thing. I don't know if you guys knew that or were surprised about that at all.